can either make just the head like this, or you can add a simple dress to give her some height. So it just depends on what you want to do, but it's really not much more to make her a full-bodied Elsa. Let's go ahead and do that just so you can see how I do it, and if you like it, you can incorporate it. So the way I make this head is a couple different ways. I can either use a linking balloon blush, or I can use a 321 blush, or I use a 350 blush. Let's see here. Okay. Let me show you what the heads look like when I do this. So, if I want her face to be more rounded and I've got blush linking balloons, then I might make it with this. So what I do is I let just a little bit of air out, and I'm going to bring these two ends together, tying the nozzle to the end of the balloon so that it's closest to the nozzle, as opposed to doing that, so that you're left with gaps like this on the side. Okay, and what this does is this piece allows me to attach it to my dress. All right, so let's say I don't have linking balloons, but I have 321. So I'm going to inflate my 321 to be about the width of what my face would be as, you know, with a linking balloon. And with that, what I do is I tie a knot here just so it makes it kind of firm. And then another knot here, so it makes the face stay more plump and stout. And then I will bring these two ends together, tying it very tightly, because you don't want it to come undone. So that's the important tip on this, is you want to tie that so it's very snug. Pull that very tight. And so you're left with this, okay? So see how these are similar? This is just going to have a lot more protruding face profile to it. So let's say I don't have a 321 blush or a linking balloon blush, so I'm going to make one. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to inflate it. I'm going to give it about an inch or two on my nozzle before I start to inflate this. And so now I'm going to release some air, and I'm going to go ahead and tie that off there, so I have a long neck here. Then what I'm going to do is squeeze back some of the air into this balloon so it makes it more taut. And I'm going to tie that off so that it is not too squishy, so it keeps that face shape. Then I'm going to bring those two ends together and tie this together as if it was a linking balloon. Okay. And again, tie that firmly so it's not going to come undone. And we're going to get rid of our excess. So 3 different ways that I can create my Elsa head. Now we're going to take a white 260, and I'm going to inflate this to be about 3/4 full. So I counted about 6 seconds on my legenda. So burp it just a little bit. I'm going to create a small bubble. And what this will do is I'm going to use, let's say, I'm going to use my 321 head. What you do is you slip it underneath to one side of the head. And you're going to trace that face all the way to the other side so that it comes over to here. You're going to give it just a gentle squeeze, and you're going to make another matching pinch twist on the other side. Give that a couple turns, and you're going to slip 321 over onto the other side. So now what I'm going to do is bring this balloon back over to this side, and so to create what would be, let's say, a D on its face, you know, down the flat side. And so what this does is it helps to keep the shape of the head, the width of it. So if you can see, I've got like a shape of a D there. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze this, and I'm going to pull and cross it over to the ear, or, well, the other white loop, so that it gives kind of a coif look, or some kind of a hairstyled look, as opposed to just being plain and cross it. And this tension will keep it crossed over like that. Then once I do that, I'm going to smooth that out a little bit. This is where I'm going to make her braided, twisted hair. I'm going to imagine that this part will be the remainder. So I'm going to imagine that I'm just doing a V, and I'm going to crisscross this a little bit tightly, just exchanging hand over hand over hand, exchanging the balloon, so that you get this. And you want to twist this a couple times, because sometimes it can come undone. You just bring this over to the ear, or the other pinch twist. Make a small bubble so that you don't even have to cut it, and make a knotted end. And you're just going to wrap that around the other white piece. And then you can tuck that away inside if you want. It doesn't really matter. It's, you know, it's just kind of clean that way. And now you have the head. So now I'm going to do is I'm going to give her a dress. So you can either take, I think what's pretty is the Caribbean blue, but you could use the pale blue if you like for her dress. So here I'm going to blow this up to be about, let's see here, about, let's say, if I grabbed it, it would be right about my elbow to where the top of that is. Okay, squeeze this. I'm going to make a bird body roll through. This is for the bottom of the dress. And again, I feel like the dress is more plump, and I get the feeling of a nice full dress when I use a 350. So about a hand's width, not too tall. You don't want it to be lanky. So we're going to start out by making one segment. We're going to bring that down, match that up, and make another bubble. Twist that around, pull that nozzle through with the knot coming through, and now we're going to make a third bubble for our last bubble on the bird body roll through. Okay, so we're going to match that up. You're going to make an equal sized bubble, and you're going to roll that. So you're going to roll the back two over the front balloon so that you get this. And now what we're going to do is, this is going to be the back of her dress, which is the bodice, okay? And now we're going to incorporate our head and attach it to her dress. So very importantly is, I'm going to grab that center, you remember where those two, where that knot was in the center of her head? I'm going to grab that, pull it over, and I'm going to wrap that tightly around that knot so I've secured that to the head. Then just a little bit of a bubble. I've got this looking now, okay? I'm going to wrap this around, and I want to insert this bubble into that dress so it doesn't come unwound. Very important. And then stuff that back into the center. This way you don't have to knot anything up. Just tuck it away in there like that. And now the only thing we have to do is add her face and her arms. So I'm going to add a 260 for her arms. I know that there are a lot of people who like to use 160s, but I just like it to be fuller. So you don't have to add hands, but I'm just going to go ahead and add a little tiny hand for her. So basically 2 pinch twists, usually one's a little bit bigger than the other. And then I'm going to twist that around to accommodate for the air. And then we're going to go ahead and do this. Twist that off. Another 2. So that you have this. We're going to break this off. Tie a knot into this. And now I'm going to go ahead and put my twist back into it. Force that again right between her bodice, her front and back side. Shape it. Okay. Now all we have to do is just add the face to it. Again, another 3-part sticker. Now you don't have to use this face. I have all different, you know, faces to choose from, but this is Blue Eyes. Yep, we've got 4 minutes left. So I can either extend this and go further than that so I can get all of them done in one session. We should probably do that. Yeah. Okay, so real quickly, again, doesn't take any precision. You're just going to massage the face on and reveal these features. I'm going to do it this way because I'm used to looking at it downward. This part's a little bit delicate because we have little eyebrows that are attached. Okay, oops. And of course when I'm showing it, I'm a little more nervous when I'm showing you. Okay, let me do this. So she has these delicate little black eyebrows that once you get them started, it all comes together. Okay, there we go. We released it. Okay, here we go. And the stickers release better where the element is curved as opposed to the pointed part. It releases better from the transfer tape. Okay, there you have it. We have our little Elsa gal.